Hey there YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the third release in the Chiwoo Cheonwang series. This is and they say these have limited mintages. Excuse me, and I guess for the most part they do. So how the mintages are determined is excuse me guys, is for the year that they're produced. That's the number of production per se. So for this, it was produced in year 2018, so the mintage is 2018. And this one has the figure of Chiwoo on horseback with his sword unsheathed. So I will tell you, I was surprised this got a 69. I would have bet upside down that this would have gotten a 70 because it's just incredible. If you look at that frosting here, in fact, I find the Chiwoo pieces have some of the best frosting. Maybe we can back it out some here. So we got a little indentation there. Sorry about the noise in the background. As mentioned before in other videos, I think the South Korea mint or the Comsco mint distinguishes themselves with this little hologram token that depicts the quality of the gold, in this case 999, and then turning it to another angle, you can see the periodic symbol of AU, which identifies gold. Polished edge, non-reeded. And one of my favorite aspects of this collection, 40 millimeter in diameter, which, you know, and I'll say it again, the larger the diameter, the more space you have for the presentation of your design. I believe this is one of the more scarcer pieces. I checked a few of the secondhand dealers just to see what they were asking for price-wise and what the availability of this piece is, and it's now become slightly rare. So if you have it, congratulations. It's just from last year, so I don't think it's as much of a challenge finding it maybe third hand, and I'm sure there's some secondary dealers that have it. I didn't check everywhere, just the large ones. And if you're into the collection and this is a piece that you've yet to pick up, first, don't wait until gold is $1,600. I know some of you are probably a little skittish about that perspective, or suspicious to say that gold is going to appreciate to $1,600. But I have no reason to believe that it will not, and I think we'll see that within the first quarter of 2020. We may even see it sooner. But you don't want to wait until the new piece for 2019 is released, because the older pieces become that much more rare and difficult to attain. Sorry guys, I want to do my best to avoid the light reflection on this so that it isn't skewing your view. The glass doesn't help, but we'll try here. I think the detail on this is just fantastic. And the frosting is, as I mentioned, I think it's exceptional. You know what I would like to ask you guys, and I know many of you are much wiser about these things than I could ever hope to be, is why did they make the 2016 in what appeared to be a proof format, a proof design, yet the succeeding versions were excluded from that design? For instance, and they may have produced this in a proof. I did do some research. I didn't dig extremely deep, but I found that with the exception of the 2016, that the gold pieces, for the most part, were produced in BU. And I think, Bullion uncirculated is just as good. In fact, that's the preference, because many on YouTube have said you kind of get the best of both worlds. But if if you're aware that some of the pieces from the Cheonwang collection and the Zixing collection, they're roughly the same. That there are actual proof versions of those pieces out there. Populate a link in the comments. I don't think I'd be the only one curious about it. And I'm wondering when those pieces are available and sold, are they sold in special packaging? When you buy this piece, say the Bullion uncirculated piece, it comes in a capsule, nothing special. But I would think a proof is going to have a little more protection. The numbers will be limited. Perhaps there's a certificate of authenticity. If that is indeed the case, fill us in. Let us know. I'm not sure if you can see that sheen at the top there. I think it's just awesome. I want to tell you guys something that I have a friend who has all of these pieces, and he has several. I think two of each, maybe at a minimum. And he keeps them outside of the capsule. He bought them for BU purposes, just to invest in gold, not as a collector piece. And although I'm somewhat frustrated and irritated to see how he stores them outside of the capsule, I gotta tell you, it looks fantastic when they're stacked on top of one another. The size and the fact that the edges are mirrored, they look incredible. Certainly not a way I would keep the piece. I don't see why he feels to keep it outside of the capsule, but he likes to look at his gold that way. And it's not just this collection. He has Indian, the buffalo heads, and he keeps them all out of the capsule. All right. I just want to circle back on a comment that I made about gold appreciating to $1,600. I want to be clear. I think gold is going to appreciate to $2,000. I just don't want to over-aggrandize what gold is going to mean as a hedge come the new year. But I think $1,600 is a minimum of what will be attained with respect to gold. And I think you'll see it exceed $1,600. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I think we have two more in the collection coming up. That's the Ghost, and then the 2019 Chiwoo. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this one as much as I've enjoyed showcasing it for you. And I find this collection to be one of the best collections out there. I won't lie to you, I'm very much into the trade dollar restrikes. Those coins are they're just second to none. They in hand, they're indescribable with respect to their beauty and uniqueness. Same here. All right, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments, and I do my very best to get back to everyone in a timely manner. And I appreciate you taking the time to review this video. Thanks to everyone out there, and please have a fantastic new year.